Alright, welcome back to the Matrix. Okay, so this reading. I was definitely getting caught up in doom scrolling yesterday. But not the regular doom scrolling. I'm a part of this, I was part of this mom group online where, people just go to get advice. I don't post anything, but I like to hear what other people have to say, and I like to try to help out when I can. Yeah. There's just, for the last, few weeks, I've noticed that, when a mom gets on and she's saying that something that she's going through, there is a lot of very horrible responses. I mean, if you're a fellow mom, why are you acting that way towards another mother? I don't understand it. I don't get it. But on top of it, I was looking at patterns because I have a psychology degree, so I'm taught to look at patterns. And I was looking at the women who respond negatively, and they respond with very harsh, sometimes name-calling criticism. And I was looking at the way they were centering their responses, and a lot of their responses were based around male-centered ideology. These are women who, for whatever reason, they think the man is above all else. And if you don't understand what male-centered ideology is, so they base their whole validation system on men and pleasing the man, and it's not healthy at all. And in this process, I'm watching these women tear down other women for standing up for themselves, for expressing the pain that they're going through in this motherhood journey, or just in their basic everyday interactions in life. I saw one comment where this woman told another woman that she thought she was being snarky towards a man. And that she was being, I don't know, I can't remember what she said, and I just was like, what? There was one where the woman was complaining about Valentine's Day and about the way she was treated on Valentine's Day when she even stated her needs. And the responses were, well, I haven't celebrated a Valentine's Day in 15 years, so you're just being petty. Okay. And I thought to myself, this is very normal behavior online nowadays. It's very normal to treat others this way from a screen. And then the women that do this, and men do it too, I'm not saying it's just women, but mainly in this group, it's women. And they tend to come off as really miserable. And I actually had to just delete myself from that group because I was like, these people are insane. But you're seeing it in the world today, all around the world. You're seeing it in the news. The way people are acting is completely insane. This is not normal behavior compared to maybe 6 years ago before COVID happened. And I always think what happened? Or are people just more comfortable coming out now and acting this way? More comfortable with their inner ugly, I would call it. And so I started thinking oh, what is it? And then I was trying to get ready to do these readings, and I thought, why not just ask Spirit a little and see what Spirit says about the whole situation. And so these are the first 3 cards that were drawn for that situation. And I was specifically looking at it this poor woman was being told that she was immature and petty because she wanted a decent Valentine's Day. And her partner tried to gaslight her through the whole thing and say, well, you just don't appreciate me. He tried to turn it around on her. And, she was being put down for standing up for herself and saying that she wasn't okay with it. So I kind of like, I think about that. I think about like women who speak up, women who stand up for themselves, women who take the hard road when all else, like everybody, society, everything says you're wrong. Everybody pushes their inner ugly on you. And I think it's a really hard road. It's a hard road. If you're in the middle of this hard road, this message is for you. Because there are definitely women today, and men, who the way society treats them is that they have to pretty much sit still and look pretty. If you have an opinion, if you are showing emotion in any way, it has to be, you have to be happy, you have to be polite, you have to be this, you have to be that, right? We hear it all the time. And any way you act out against that norm, you are pretty much told that you're the problem. Even if the other person is the problem, even if the man is the problem. Especially, I've noticed, if that man is in an authoritarian position, women will definitely tell the woman, how dare you? And I just think it's such a, you would think in our day and age that it would not be as big of an issue as it is, but male-centered women are very much a problem. And I'm gonna say that, yeah. I'm gonna say they're a problem in our society. I don't agree with male-centered women. I think it's great to love men. I love my husband. And I love my son. I love those two people. They're you know, but let me tell you something. They will never have to understand what it's like for me and my daughter to walk through the world the way we have to. And there's always going to be that struggle, I think. I don't think that struggle is ever going to go away. But it doesn't mean that we become complacent, and it doesn't mean that we become sheep in this world. So, like I said, if you're going through the same struggles, if you're seeing the same things that I'm seeing in our society and around us and all over, and it's hurting your heart the way it's been hurting mine, I guess listen to what Spirit has to say about it. I did draw this card 42, and it does say, like it did tell me, Spirit likes to kick me in the butt a little about some of my tendencies. So it says, you're hyper focusing on a situation, making it bigger than it is. Stop and center yourself. And so I did. I just, removed myself from the group, and I centered myself. And I think like that message is not just for me. If you are going through something similar to what I've explained, stop and center yourself. Sometimes we can center ourselves by like meditation, things like that. Reiki really helps me center myself. So after I, removed myself from that group, I just deleted it. And then I was like, I just can't see the negativity at this point. I went, turned on a Reiki video, and just meditated. It really helped with my mindset, because I think when we're empaths and we're going like just the things that go on around us can really lower our vibration and really bring us down. So I think we have to protect ourselves from that a lot of the time. And I think part of that is not giving in to the doom scrolling, not looking at it. Not putting yourself in those situations where people are going to be unkind, because we definitely don't need to be paying attention to those people. Now this card 51, it's like, well, just remember that whether the situation is good or bad, it's gonna help you find your way back to the light. I guess what I think this card means is that those situations are there to help us become aware of things that we really need to be aware of. We need to be aware of the struggle that others are going through. We need to be aware of what's going on in the world, and sometimes like encountering those situations can help us kind of wake up a little. I think it's important to be awake. Let's see, 54. This card is, you kind of feel like, why try when people act this way? And the response was like, I'm trying to be, I don't like the typical responses sometimes to these cards. I can understand what they're saying, but sometimes I'm just like, that's not, when you're going through it, that's not what you want to hear. But one thing that I did take away from this card is that endurance is the test. Like, we have to endure, right? We really have no other choice. So it's not fair to say that. But it really is like, well, what other choice do you have? Endure. So I pretty much, Spirit is saying, like, you have to endure this at this point. You have to be awake and you have to endure. Now, I ended up drawing this card. There you go. And this card kind of explained a lot of like people who treat other people this way. People trying to drag others down to a lower state of consciousness don't settle, is pretty much what I got from that card. So people can just, they're miserable. Their mindset, the way that they have gone through life, the influences on them, it affects them in so many ways. And because of that, because of their inner misery, they're like, you have to be miserable too, right? Bullies. Misery loves company. But Spirit is saying at this point, don't settle for that. Don't settle for that vibration. Don't settle for people in your life like that. And don't think that somehow you're in the wrong just because these people are pushing their really horrible mindset onto you. Like, you deserve good things. You deserve to be treated well. You deserve to be able to, even at, like, I'm just thinking back to, like, the comments on certain posts. And some of them, like, really stuck out to me. Like, how, like I said, how people are like, well, you sound like you have an attitude. Like, people are allowed to have an attitude. They don't have to be robots. They don't have to be complacent. They don't have to, it's just the mindset of people to think that, well, because this person had an attitude, they deserve to be treated this way. No. They deserve to be treated like a human being with empathy. And so, however somebody else comes off to you, you still have the responsibility to treat them with the integrity that they deserve. So don't settle. Don't settle for those people. Another thing that came out in this card is that maybe to those watching, invest in labradorite. I hope I said that right. I actually wear, and I make my family wear labradorite. My husband wears something different. He has a different type of necklace that he wears when psychic attacks or like the bad vibrations of others try to get in. But for me and my kids, labradorite works best. And I actually make my kids, when they're having a hard time, wear it as well. When I can tell like the lower vibrations are getting to them. It's actually really helped in a lot of ways. We can feel that bad energy coming in and we can protect ourselves. Something that Spirit wants you to know is just continue to move forward without being influenced by others' negativity or insecurities. And like I said, labradorite can really help with that. Now, I ended up drawing. Sorry guys, I am so tired. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. My kid was up all night. So kind of not all here, but trying to be. Now this is the intention card, but it was in reverse. And what I got from that card is like you just need to take some time out, regroup, reset your intentions, and then through that your perspective will be gained. Then I drew the home card. I love the home card. Always makes me feel good. And I think the home card was like, you're a person who is already secure in your own skin. And these people are trying to make you not feel secure in your own skin because they don't. Like I said, misery loves company. Sorry, I know I say a lot. It's been years of people telling me this. I do apologize. I just think when you feel secure in your own skin, though, like how others try to tell you that you're like wrong for wanting a better way, for acting a certain way. And I'm not saying that we don't have moments where we need to be checked. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you're allowed to state your wants and your needs and to have people respect that and not tear you down for it. You're allowed to put up boundaries. You're allowed to not be a male-centered woman in a society that keeps telling you that you need to be. You're allowed to have the things that you dream of and the things that you reach for, and to be in a place where you're not censored for it. And then this card came through. That's the compass card. And pretty much what I think this card was saying is, you know what true north is. You don't need anybody else to confirm that for you. But Spirit is confirming it now. You know the right and the wrong. You know the right way. And that is a hard path to know. That is a hard path to see. But we can thank God that we are not people who try to drag people away from true north, and that we let people be in their truth, that we do not tear them down. And Spirit knows this. And this is why, like, it's so important when you have that true north inside of you, you're co-creating with Spirit on every level. And just focus on that. Don't focus on the outside noise. Don't focus on people telling you that, you wanting more for yourself is petty. You wanting more for yourself is that you just need to settle. Don't settle. Don't let other miserable people tell you what your future is going to look like. Don't let those people and their lower vibration bring you down. I'm telling you now, do not settle. You know inside of you, and you don't need anybody else to confirm it, and you don't need anybody else to tell you that you deserve to be treated like a human, and that you deserve to stand up for yourself, or you deserve to put up boundaries. Let them react how they're going to react. Let them sit in their misery. You distance yourself from those type of people, and you move forward with your dreams and your desires. You put those out into the world, and eventually it's going to come back to you. That grace, that beauty, that love. You deserve it. So do not let anybody else tell you you don't. All right? I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.